July the 4th, migration. The dispersal of young birds gathers apace throughout July, many turning up in unexpected places. Long-distance migrants, which may have just started their journey last month, are now joined by many more. The first to move are usually the waders, moving back to feed on southern estuaries, having bred further north. Any newcomers may include dunlin, sanderling, turnstone knot, greenshank, grey plover, wimble and curlew. They are usually seen as yet in small numbers arriving along the estuary in such places as Rainham or on London's reservoirs, for example Walthamstow. Other species which may have nested in upland areas, such as curlews and common sandpipers, also start to appear again in small numbers. Some cuckoos, which can occasionally be heard this month, are now starting to leave, although their young may remain until September. This month still sees them being relentlessly fed by reed warblers or hedge sparrows. By the middle of the month, some swallows and martins and many more swifts will have started to move south. They may be joined by the first wheatears, whitethroats, and one or two warblers. By the end of the month, rather larger congregations of species such as redshanks start to appear on the estuary. These are sometimes peppered with much rarer migrants. Shelducks may be seen which have migrated from our west coast, now perversely preferring to spend their time on east coast estuaries. Rare birds. Because of all the bird movements and the inexperience of young birds, many rarities have been recorded this month. These include redback shrike, wood warbler, and spotted flycatcher. The Ingerbourne Valley is a good place to listen for grasshopper warbler, reeling, and also possibly lesser whitethroats. More rarely, turtle doves are even known to frequent the area. July is also particularly good for rare sandpipers. The petrel sandpiper, curlew sandpiper, wood sandpiper, and green sandpiper are all recorded this month, with the latter sometimes even reaching 30 or more in places such as Wimbledon Common. Even 18 crossbills have been recorded in the same area, flying over Wimbledon Lawn Tennis Club. July is also a good time to look in the sky for raptors. For example, black kite, osprey, and honey buzzard, which are all recorded flying over London. Although buzzard, red kite, marsh harrier, hobbit, and peregrine are far more likely to be seen. Kites are at last becoming more familiar again in London. They are easy to identify as they glide in circles with noticeably outstretched forked tails, which they regularly lift and lower as they fly. They also lay eggs of various colours, some of which are the palest blue. 400 years ago they were killed for their feathers, which were used to make salmon flies for fishermen along the banks of the Thames. Little egrets can hardly be regarded as rarities anymore, but their larger relative, the great white egret, occasionally also makes an appearance. So do even greater rarities, such as the white stork, Ortolan bunting, stone curlew, purple heron, and wryneck. It is said you should look for wrynecks where there are old apple or plum trees, which they seem to favour for their particular insects. Their unusual name comes from their habit of twisting their necks. This they can do to such a degree it sometimes looks as if they are lying on their backs. Favoured haunts generally for rare birds this month are Bushy Park, Ostley Park, Wimbledon Common, Rainham, and Walthamstow reservoirs.